All green lights, everything's a go. Money on the table, count it real slow. Pull up that rose, twist up that Cali Dro. When you hustle hard, no matter what is the info. Now go.
What a dooski son doodles. It's your boy YFGM Blog TV coming straight out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Now in this video I will be giving an update on the NFL free agency. Now I got some stuff written down on my laptop, you know, as far as QBs who got signed, running backs, wide receivers, pretty much every position. And I'm gonna not talk about like everybody who's still free agents, but mainly the people who got picked up. So this might be a little lengthy video, so just bear with me. I got my notes on my computer and I got my notes on my piece of paper. So I'm going to try to run through this as fast as possible, and bear with me. So starting off with the QBs, we already know Joe Flacco signed a 6-year deal, $120 million contract. Now Matt Moore, 2 years, $8 million, and he is with the Miami Dolphins. Tarvaris Jackson signed a 1-year, $1.75 million contract with the Buffalo Bills. Nice little pickup. David Garrard, 1-year contract for $1 million with the New York Jets. Now that's to be a nice quarterback for the Jets because you know he's a proven veteran in the NFL. You know he's pretty good. Chase Daniel, $3 million, 3 years, $10 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. Drew Stanton, 3-year, $8.2 million with the Arizona Cardinals, and Matt Castle just signed a 2-year contract with the Minnesota Vikings. Now moving on to the running backs, a big pickup. Steven Jackson signed a 3-year deal contract for $12 million with the Atlanta Falcons. That is a nice pickup. This dude was a proven running back with the St. Louis Rams for over 9 years, over 10,000 plus yards, 56 touchdowns. Only 29 years old, still has a lot in the tank. He's strong, he's powerful, fast. You know, nice pickup. You know, better than Michael Turner. So that's a nice pickup for the Atlanta Falcons. Just another piece to basically for them to move on and go to the Super Bowl. Now, also a nice pickup. Reggie Bush signed a 4-year, $16 million contract with the Detroit Lions. Very fast, can catch the ball, kind of like a Best, so but even a better upgrade. Reggie Bush has had some great past 2 seasons, and a nice pickup for the Detroit Lions. Now moving on, Rashard Mendenhall, 1-year, $2.5 million contract with the Arizona Cardinals. Now he just, you know, he's still not 100%, but that's a nice thing because you know they can he can test himself out and see how good he do, and hopefully he can have a great season with the Arizona Cardinals. Now Cedric Pierman signed a 2-year contract with the Cincinnati Bengals, and former Seattle Seahawk running back Leon Washington just signed a 1-year contract with the New England Patriots. Now moving on to the wide receivers. Now we know early on, Plexico Burress back with his former team, Pittsburgh Steelers, for a 1-year contract. Dwayne Bowe just signed a 5-year contract for $56 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. That is a very, you know, I'm glad they kept him back. Very good wide receiver. Just got to stay healthy. Good wide receiver. Mike Wallace, another wide receiver, former Pittsburgh Steelers, just signed 5 years, $60 million to the Miami Dolphins. Now, I didn't think that he would actually go. I thought he was going to come back to, you know, the Steelers. You know, since he got the relationship with Ben Roethlisberger and the coach and just other players on the team, but I was actually shocked. Maybe he chased the money, and that's all cool. You know, he's with a younger team in the Miami Dolphins, young quarterback Tannehill. So you know, we'll see how that goes. Should be a nice little combination, a little tandem. Now we all know that just happened. Wes Welker, 2 years, $12 million with the Denver Broncos. Now that shocked me because I actually thought that the Patriots would have, you know, gave this man more money to come back with this team. I mean, he'd improved himself for the longest. You know, 5 years, over 100 receptions, the most in NFL history. Like, how can you offer this guy only $12 million? Now, even though the Broncos, they didn't pay too much either, but hey, it is what it is. I think Peyton Manning had a lot to do with it. He knows Peyton Manning very well, so nice pickup for the Denver Broncos. That just gives the Denver Broncos a better chance as far as going to the Super Bowl. Nice slot receiver. If Wes Welker can keep it up, then yes. Now also the New England Patriots, they didn't really, you know, they lost Wes Welker, but they also gained another receiver and Danny Amendola. 5 years, $31 million with the Patriots. Now the only thing about him is he has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. And then other than that, similar wide receiver, 3 years younger. Boom. Brian Hartline, 5 years, $30 million, Miami Dolphins. Donnie Avery, 3 years, $8.55 million, Kansas City Chiefs. Jerome Simpson, 1 year with the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin Ogletree, undisclosed amount with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, some noticeable wide receivers out there still in my eyes. Randy Moss and Chad Johnson. Ted Ginn Jr., nice kick returner. And Greg Jennings. Will he come back to the Green Bay Packers or will he move on to somebody else? Me personally, I think he should stay with the Green Bay Packers since he know Aaron Rodgers very well. Just great, better all fit. Now moving on to the tight ends, Tony Gonzalez is coming back again. 1 year with the Falcons. That's a nice pickup. Nice to keep him and got him to come back. That's a nice look. Gerard Cook, 5 years, $35 million with the St. Louis Rams. Martellus Bennett, 4 years, $20 million with the Chicago Bears. James Casey, 3 years, $14.5 million with the Eagles. Anthony Fasano, 4 years, $16 million with the Chiefs. And Delaney Walker, 4 years, $17.5 million with the Tennessee Titans. Now, he was on the San Francisco 49ers. I was actually shocked that they didn't, bring him back. But that's just the life of the NFL business. Now, moving on, I was going to do like the offensive linemen and tackles and stuff like that, but you guys pretty much, we don't really care too much about that. I'm not going to do the kickers either. If you want to know all that stuff, go check on the website. Now, the defensive ends, former Lions, Cliff Averill signed a 2-year, $15 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks. Nice young pass rusher. Let's see. Michael Bennett signed a 1-year, $5 million with the Seattle Seahawks. That's a nice pickup also. And let's see. What did I write? Oh, Mike DeVito signed a 3-year contract, $12.6 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. And let's see. Who else did I write? Okay. Wallace Gilberry signed a 3-year contract, $6.75 million with the Cincinnati Bengals. And there are a lot of good defensive ends that are still on the free agent market. And one of my main ones is O.C. Umenyiora, John Abraham, and Dwight Freeney. We're going to see what happened with these guys: Jaquan Parker, Ray Evers, Cal Vanden Bosch. Like it's a lot of guys out there that are still on the free agency market. And I'm just looking to see what will happen. Now, moving on to the defensive tackles. Who did I put down that was very important? Desmond Bryant, 5-year, $34 million deal with the Cleveland Browns. Let's see. Colin Jenkins, 3 years, $8 million with the New York Giants. And Ricky Juan Francis signed a 4-year deal, $22 million for the Indiana Colts. Let's see. Be patient with me, guys. I wrote a whole bunch of names down. Jason Jones signed a 3-year contract, $9.5 million with the Detroit Lions. And out of the defensive tackles, there are a few people who are still out there on the market that are still very good. And I would love to see what happened with Albert Haynesworth. I don't know if he's going to play again. Who knows? But also out there, a guy Richard Seymour. I would love to see what happens with him. Henry Melton signed a 1-year, $8.5 million deal with Chicago Bears. Now, the names that I mentioned are guys that I really know about. Chris Canty signed a 3-year deal, $8 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens. That's good for Baltimore because, hell, Baltimore, we lost so many players on defense. It's just crazy how many people we lost. Like, this team, I don't know. Maybe we can blame Joe Flacco. I don't know. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, for one person, rush linebackers, Paul Kruger. How can you let him go? I don't understand how the Baltimore Ravens let him go, but he signed a 5-year contract, $41 million with the Cleveland Browns. That team is going to suck, so I feel sorry for him. Hope he continue to play great, but that team is going to suck. Then you have Anthony Spencer, signed a 1-year deal, $10.62 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys. Connor Barwin signed a 6-year deal, $36 million with the Philadelphia Eagles, one of my other favorite teams. That is a nice pickup, I feel. Let's see. Eric Walden signed a 4-year deal, $16 million with the Indiana Colts. And, yeah, man, I would love to see what happens with Sean Phillips, see what happens with him. Now, as far as outside linebackers, Philip Wheeler signed a 5-year, $26 million contract with the Miami Dolphins. Let's see. Out of that list, I didn't really write too much for the outside linebackers. But there's still a lot of players out there that can get picked up. We just have to see what happens. Michael Boley, I want to see where he goes, what happens with him. Will Witherspoon, Scott Fajita, and stuff like that. And inside linebackers, Daniel Ellerbe signed a 5-year deal contract, $36 million with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins looking, man. I'm looking to see what happened with Brian Urlacher, DJ Williams, Carlos Dansby, Wade Malaluga. It's a couple linebackers out there. E.J. Henderson, see what happened with them. And moving on, let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. But as far as cornerbacks, okay, let's see. Sean Smith signed a 3-year contract, $18 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. Dominic Rogers-Cromartie just signed a 1-year deal, you know, with the Denver Broncos. Chris Houston signed a 5-year, $25 million deal with Detroit Lions. Derek Cox signed a 4-year deal, $20 million with the San Diego Chargers. Keenan Lewis signed a 5-year deal contract, $26 million with the New Orleans Saints. Before it was one of his former teams, you know, Kerry Williams, another Baltimore cornerback, just signed a 3-year deal, $17 million with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see, we got Bradley Fletcher just signed a 2-year deal with the Eagles. Dante Robinson signed 3 years, $15 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. Lotus McCalvin signed a 4-year deal, $20 million contract with the Buffalo Bills. Greg Toller, 3 years, $14 million with the Colts. Aaron Ross is with the, I think, the New York Giants now. That was a former team of his, so he's back with the New York Giants. And it's a lot of notable, you know, cornerbacks that's out there, and we're looking to see what happens. Let's see, we got Aqib Talib, you know, see what happens with him. Namdi, see what happens with him. I don't know where he's going to go. You know, Quentin Jammer, you know, it's a Tracy Porter. There's a lot of people out there still. D'Angelo Hall. We just have to see where these guys go, and, you know, we'll see. Now, safeties, Deshaun Golston signed a 5-year deal, $41.25 million with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was shocked that the 49ers couldn't bring him back, but hey, the 49ers are still one of the best defenses with this loss. William Moore signed a 5-year deal, $30 million with the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see, Glover Quinn signed a 5-year, $23 million contract with Detroit Lions. And you know, some noticeable people out there. I'm ready to see what Ed Reed. He was talking with the Houston Texans. He loved it, so he might be a Houston Texans, or he might come back to Baltimore. I don't know. Baltimore may be looking for younger players, but Ed Reed is out there still, one of the best. Rondé Barber, Kerry Rose, Bernard Pollard, Charles Woodson still out there. Michael Huff. It's a lot of guys that's still out there, and they will not be on the off the market too long, you know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know, that's just my little update so far. And it's Bernard Pollard is not with the Baltimore Ravens either. Man, Baltimore Ravens, we lost so many people. But anyway, that was just a little quick little update. I hope you guys liked the video, enjoyed the video. You know, I'm just trying to be on my Twitter game and keeping up with the NFL, what's going on, ESPN, the websites, and all that stuff. So anyway, man, check out my previous videos, please. Hit me up on Twitter. Subscribe to my new page. Y'all see I got my pen, man. I'm on my writing shit, my typing shit. Go to datpiff.com, livemixtape.com, and download MGM Grand by CJ De Niro. Deuces.
And remember, guys and girls, make sure you click the subscribe button, watch the previous videos, and like the videos.